What's up, guys? Sorry I look a little tired right now, but when you work for yourself, working on your own business, some things you just gotta sacrifice, and sadly sleep is one of those things for me, so bear with me here, but just want to get right into it. I got an email from a gentleman, and the email had a question that I think has an answer that's universal, so that although his question pertained strictly to PMO, I think that anyone that's looking to better their success mentally, physically, financially, whatever, can benefit from this. So without further ado, let's just get right to it. So his email reads, I've been trying to quit PMO for about 8 months now. I can't seem to go any longer than 1 week. My problem is I don't have a routine and I don't have a job, so I can't do anything during the day. I'm just kind of stressed about getting a job because I know I'm going to have horrible PMO withdrawals and I don't know if I'll be able to work. I have very bad brain fog and I can't concentrate much anymore. Everything is just like a blur. I'm really stuck, man, and I just don't know what to do with my days. Some days I don't even want to wake up. A couple of things that stood out to me in this email. Before I get started, pertaining to this email, every single one of you watching this needs to pick up the book NLP for Dummies. I'm going to go ahead and put a link in the description below, but that is going to get you to understand why the things in your life are happening. Circumstances don't just happen. Everything hits your conscious mind down to your subconscious, and your subconscious produces these results. Most people just don't know that they're communicating to their subconscious the wrong thoughts. So the reason I'm saying that is because he says a couple of things here that limit him from being able to do anything. He says, I can't seem to go longer than a week. Can't, that's the word that you need to remove out your dictionary for one. Can't seem to go longer than a week. And he says, I don't have a routine and a job, so I can't do anything during the day. It seems to me that if you don't have a job, then you can do literally anything. You see what I'm saying here? The fact that he says he doesn't have a job and that he can't do something just reaffirms his reality that I can't do anything. But dude, first thing is, you do have a routine, whether you want to see it or not. It's just that your routine is geared more towards failure. Your routine is geared towards PMO and being stuck in a vicious cycle of negative thoughts and negative habits. So there is a routine. Be thankful that you're even able to create a routine for yourself. That's the first step, is realizing that you do have a routine already. Now it's a matter of you fine-tuning and changing it. Because right now you're doing the same things over and over and over, and what's happening is you're getting stuck with this type of life circumstance. Remember, your life isn't just happening to you. You're choosing every moment of the day what you're going to be doing, what's going to be played out in your reality. And this all stems from conscious to subconscious thought. Not going to get too detailed into that, but what you need to do now is take the already existing routine, look at it, and now fine-tune it for success. But without knowing where you want to go, without having clarity with what you want to obtain, it's harder for you to define what a successful routine is. So the first thing I would say to you is define what it is you want out of your life. Get very, very, very clear. Your mind needs something to move towards. A lot of people are aimless. They're aimless. They don't have a specific goal in mind. So when you don't have something specific, you just get whatever life brings you and you kind of go with it. That's why you see a lot of people working jobs they don't want to work. It's because they're not giving their mind a directive, and so your mind is just going to take whatever it can get. And that's not the type of life you want to live. At a certain point, you need to gain control, and by gaining control, you need to define what it is you want out of your life. That will then, in turn, help you to establish a certain routine. I'll use myself as an example. My routine is called the Hour of Power, and I didn't coin that. That actually came from Anthony Robbins. But it's an hour of power. You give yourself 1 hour a day. Okay? You have to understand. You got to force yourself, because changes don't just occur. The people that are most successful force themselves to do the things that they don't want to do, especially when they don't want to do them. So you need to develop a routine. My routine is I wake up an hour earlier or an hour and a half earlier than I need to. I go to the gym. When I go to the gym, I get a nice exercise in. I don't try to like buff it up. I just try to do whatever makes me feel good. If I want to run, I'll run. You know, after the gym, I'll go and take a walk in my neighborhood. And what I do is I start focusing on how I want my day to play out. Is it going to happen that exact way? Maybe not. But you have to start looking upwards at what you want and stop looking down at what you don't want. So I start planning my day when I take my walk. I kind of clear my mind. The last half hour is just about kind of looking in nature. I'm in a city where I have a lot of trees around me, at least, or somewhat of trees. And I take in nature. I take my time and absorb everything around me. You know, it's just a form of meditation just while walking. And then when I go home, I don't really do this last part all the time, but I'll either switch between meditation or I'll do some sort of affirmations. And that is my routine for success. Sure, in the beginning, it's rough and you don't want to do it because who wants to go through all those steps just to be successful? Not a lot of people, and that's why you see not a lot of people being successful, because they don't develop a routine for success. Again, they just wake up, they get out of the house, go to their stupid job they hate, come back home, watch the TV, and go to sleep. That's not a life of success. You're setting yourself up for failure. So what you need to do in actuality or in reality is just create that type of routine that would then get you the success that you want. Another thing you said is that you know you're gonna have PMO withdrawals, and so you're not gonna be able to function at work. So if you already know that in your mind, so how are you then going to get a job? What you're doing is you're sending two opposing beliefs. The belief that I want a job, but then the belief that I know if I get a job, I'm not going to be able to work because I'm going to have withdrawals. So these two opposing beliefs are going to keep doing this, and then what happens to you is you're not going to take action towards getting a job because you already know in your reality what's going to happen. You need to shift your mindset to one of lack to one of fulfillment. You can do literally anything you want to do, but if you're sending your mind constantly the wrong signals over and over, there's absolutely no way that you're going to get out of this habit. So my overall suggestion or my overall tip to you is you need to work on your limited beliefs. A lot of us have limiting beliefs, and that's what happens to most of the population, is they limit themselves so much that they fail to take any sort of action towards the attainment of their goals. There is no such thing as people who try and fail. It's just people who try and give up. And people give up due to their limited minds or limitations, like I don't have a degree, I can't do this, or I don't have blah blah blah. None of that stuff really matters. Whatever you think is possible, whatever you think is doable, is what's going to be able to be done by you. All in all, I would just tell you that you need to develop the routine for success. And I know an interesting fact, okay? There's 168 hours in 1 week. 40 are spent at work, 56 are spent sleeping. That's 72 hours left in your entire week, assuming that you had a full-time job. And you can't, within those 72 hours, find 1 hour out of those 72 hours to do something beneficial for yourself? Instead of sitting around watching TV, playing video games, find some time within those 72 hours to give yourself at least 1 hour. Just the bare minimum, 1 hour a week. That's nothing. Develop the habit of success. Everything in life is obtainable, but it's up to you to decide how you're going to get it. And if you're fixated in the wrong patterns, the wrong routines, then you're not going to be as successful as you want to be. So figure out a routine for yourself. Develop a new habit, a new way of life. None of these changes can occur, guys, if you just think that you want change. It's like, oh, I want to be done with PMO, or I want to be more successful. That's cool, but get specific. Why do you want it? What's going to happen when you obtain it? What's going to happen if you don't obtain it? Get very clear. Again, your mind needs a direction. And if your direction is just like, well, I guess I'd be okay with this or okay with that, then you're going to get either this or that. Be specific. It's okay to want something specifically and go for it. But a lot of people think that, oh, what if I fail? If your mind is fixated on failure, then of course, you're gonna fail because your subconscious is receiving failure, 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 and then you produce failure. You have to change your beliefs about yourself, change your beliefs about what you know is possible for yourself. That's done through repetition of daily affirmations. It's done through creating a lifestyle around the type of life that you want to live. Never stop growing, never stop challenging yourself, never stop finding new ways to succeed. I don't just stop at affirmations. I do whatever I can. Things that I read in books, and then things that I think might work for myself. Just because it's written in a book doesn't mean that there aren't other ways that the author didn't write about that you can attain success. Find out for yourself. Just develop a new routine. I hope that answers your question. I hope that this gives you more of a boost towards the attainment of achieving higher success for yourself and getting out of this habit of PMO. And for all the other people who maybe want to achieve, greater success mentally, physically, financially, again, you just gotta break up the pattern that you're used to living and create new patterns, new routines, and then you're gonna get new results. It's as simple as that. So anyways, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not already. You can follow me on any social media outlets. I'll put them in the links below. Yeah, I look forward to more suggestions on videos that you want to see, questions that you want answered, and yeah, you guys be well.